I give you the word of God, my friends.
He claims to deliver God's word. I actually just stumbled onto this place and look what I found. I didn't bring you to just any place. The most popular restaurant that's in the Michelin Guide, it's called 1952. What is this? It's special, right? Seriously, wow. Honestly, it's really weird. We're really getting our money's worth. Whoa, there are a lot of people here. What's going on? Huh, Key? Hello, how are you? Well, this is crazy because I was just walking like this and she told me, I'll give you one. Thank you. Hey, people in South Korea are so nice. He offered, here, take it, it's on me. I replied, no thank you, Mom. He insisted, yes, take it, it's on me. Everyone wants to give me things today. Yes, this is a police raid. I am Inspector Steve McFly. Look at this tube from South Korea. No, 안녕하세요. Friends, I hope you're doing well. New day, new adventure, new vlog. Whoever gets the reference, feel free to let me know in the comments. So, we are live from the city of Jeonju, but first let me introduce myself really quickly. For those who don't know me, my name is Ben & Co, and we are live from South Korea every day on my YouTube channel because I post a video every day live from South Korea. So, if you happen to come across this content by chance and you like it, please don't hesitate to encourage me by subscribing if you haven't already, liking, commenting, sharing, and following me on Instagram, Ben & Co. Because there I post a lot of content that complements and enriches my YouTube content. I'll give you a very quick rundown. Actually, I arrived yesterday in the city of Jeonju, but it was pouring rain, so I thought there's no point, we're not going out. It's not going to be pleasant to explore in the rain. And on top of that, electronic equipment really doesn't like it at all. So, well, yesterday I stayed here in my hostel. I did some video editing and I just relaxed a bit, before coming here. I didn't mention it, it wasn't very complicated from the city where we were just before, so from Jeonju. I took the train, the station was really close to my previous hostel, about 10 or 15 minutes on foot. And for the equivalent of 14,900 won, which is about 10 euros and a little less than an hour and a half by train, we arrived in Jeonju. You should know that when I arrived yesterday, it was Saturday, and on Saturdays, well, of course, it's a day, I'd even say an overnight stay, that is in high demand, which means that most of the small places with reasonable prices, single rooms and so on, were already taken. So, as a last resort, my solution was to book a hostel, and that's what I did, so I didn't stress about it. Right now, I'm in a small, quiet hostel called the Blue Bot Hostel. Last night cost me 18 euros, and actually, since I was comfortable, I was alone in my room. I have a 4-bedroom, but I was alone, so it was nice. So I extended my stay for 2 more nights just to take it easy and so we can visit this city together today at a relaxed pace, so Jeonju. You should know that we're not very far from Seoul, it's about an hour and a half away. That's also probably why it's so popular with Koreans, because it's a city that's very pleasant to visit and apparently full of history. But it's also especially the city of Bibimbap, that famous Korean national dish. It's the city of Bibimbap. We're finally here and since I love it, that's perfect. So, what I suggest is that we don't waste any more time. I'll give you a quick little tour of this charming place, which is really cool too. So here there's nobody. Once again, I'm all alone. I feel like every time I go to these places, even though last night was Saturday, there was supposed to be a crowd, right? The only people I ran into were before I went back to my room. That's it. Around 10 or 11 p.m. there were 2 or 3 people snacking on a few things here, but that's it. Nobody else. Let's take a walk and then eat since it's already 1 p.m. and I'm hungry. I'd like us to try bibimbap together. Let's go. So, we're starting this little tour of the main room of this hostel, which is the kitchen, but at the same time, it's also the living area and the reception. So, if you want to come and sit down to eat, or maybe read a book, there's a washing machine and a dryer, but apparently we're not allowed to use them, right? It must be for the hostel staff, right? To wash the sheets and so on, so there's everything you need, it's a kitchen. You even have the little water dispenser over there to fill your bottle, and there's also a coffee machine right in front. You see, it's completely free. It's a little donation system. You put in a coin, like 500 yuan, and actually your little coin goes to an association. That's what it says. Knowing I'm a coffee addict, this is perfect. I'm glad there's a coffee machine, and as I said, no one is here. Everything is done automatically. Check in, check out. You come in, you enter your name, and then you get your badge. That's what I did, by the way. That's why you saw me with this, the badge of Inspector Steve McFly. My room is on the other side. Everything is automatic. See, for example, when you get here, you swipe your badge and it opens. I've been assigned a number, it's 17, so I have a little locker where I can put my shoes, and of course I've picked it up. Slippers, because here in Korea, well, you take off your shoes, there you go, and I'm in the room that's right across, so the restrooms are shared, you know. There you go. It's very clean and tidy. After all, we're in South Korea. There's always everything you need. Cotton swabs, a small brush, there's even gel, a hairdryer, and a little tiara sprayer, because yes, it's separated. Men and women, of course. Here you even have toothpaste, the toilets, everything is spotless, and then the showers, and you know it's South Korea. Now they give you shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel. The hostel is nice, quiet, pleasant, and has a wall of post-its. Apparently there are people who left little mementos. It's nice, yeah, lots of really nice little memories. And I'm in room 205, a very pleasant room. Everything is done with the badge, very convenient. Just wear it around your neck so you don't lose it. It's a 4-person room, you see? Bam! They give you all the little essentials there. You have hangers, you also have towels. It's spotless, perfect. Yes, the door is automatic. It tells you close me, close me, close me. Yes, there you go. And then it just locks itself automatically. There you go, 4-person room. I'm settled here, so I've already slept here. Obviously, it's not as clean as it was yesterday when I arrived. There you go. You really have everything you need. I put my glasses here, and there's also something really practical. Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. I think it's some kind of heated comforter or heated mattress pad. You can plug it in, but I didn't plug it in because it's already nice and warm. Since there's a heater right there, just above, and I set it to the ideal temperature. Yeah, so you have a little locker. So look, you put your little key there, and then bam, you can store your stuff. And honestly, there's plenty of space like that. At least, well, not only is it safe, nobody touches your stuff, even though we're in Korea here, honestly, it's pretty safe. Plus, there are cameras everywhere, but at least, well, there you go, it's protected. And also, you don't bother anyone, you see, the way is clear. Yeah, I didn't show you, you can also close it for some privacy. But since there was nobody in the room yesterday, I didn't close it, but you can close it too. That's so you don't have daylight coming in, and so you won't be disturbed. That's very convenient since you have your own privacy and don't disturb others if you turn on the light whenever you want. Alright, we're off. We're starting our exploration for the day from here. So you actually go in through a building, you wouldn't think so at all. A youth hostel, because there are several businesses housed here. And in particular, there's my youth hostel, my hostel. It's true, people don't really say youth hostel anymore. It sounds a bit old-fashioned, I think, because actually we say that in French, but in English it's hostel, guest house, youth hostel. Hostels aren't really trendy now since anyone, not just young people, can stay there. There you go, very nice, this little shop P&B across the street. Sorry for the view from the bus. Yesterday I bought some sweet treats here. There are quite a few. It's the first time I've noticed this shop since coming to Korea, or maybe I just hadn't paid attention before. I've seen a lot of Paris baguette, but this one is P&B. Well, I've seen several of them here in Jeonju. That's why I went out quickly to find a place to eat. Alright then, to taste Jeonju's Bibimbap. I didn't just take you anywhere, I brought you to the most popular restaurant, a real traditional Korean restaurant actually, which is in the Michelin Guide. It's called Jib, and actually they've been serving bibimbap here since 1952. There you go, 3 generations of owners have followed one another, and the restaurant is still here. Since 1952, it's extraordinary. So here, the bibimbap costs 15,000 won, which is about 10 euros, and of course it always comes with all its side dishes, right? Now, you know South Korea, so as usual, I always put all the good tips in the description box. You see 1952, I'm not lying to you. And here, actually, you can have several types of bibimbap, because yes, there isn't just one variety of bibimbap, right? There are many types of bibimbap. Here you have the Yuko bibimbap with raw meat. We've already tried it in Seoul. This one costs 17,000 won. You have the Jeonju bibimbap, that's the one I took, with cooked meat, beef. And then below, there's another one, the Dolshot bibimbap. So it's here, and it looks really delicious and very pretty. You see all these colors, I love it. Plus, bibimbap is super healthy because it's vegetables, rice and meat. So you really have carbs, proteins and vegetables. By the way, did you know that Bibimbap means mixed rice actually. Bibim means to mix and bap means rice, so it means mixing the rice. Yes, you learn things when you travel. I didn't know that. My first time eating it in Seoul, I did everything wrong. But that's what traveling is for, learning and discovery. So now I'm going to taste a little soup that came with my side dishes. Is it good? Wow, it's really salty. It's a soup with little soybean sprouts. Look at this dish, isn't it beautiful? It's super Instagrammable, right? Wow. Beautiful. So, well, listen, since it's bibimbap, mixed rice, well, let's not hesitate any longer. But actually, the thing is, it's so beautiful that I almost feel bad about destroying it like this. We have these small pieces of cut up seaweed. We have our rice underneath, we have our beef, we have our little vegetables. It's really pretty. It's pretty. I have to admit, it's 2 p.m. and I'm exhausted. I left a bit late because I went to bed late last night. Actually, I had some editing to finish. Anyway, this is really good. I don't know exactly what it is. It looks like some kind of small fermented beans, but I love it. It's really good. It's a bit too big. It has a little sweet and salty taste. I really love it. As for kimchi, I don't need to introduce it anymore. I've eaten a lot already. Here's a small salad. What is all this? But these are crab claws. Crab claws in sauce. It's special, huh? It's so stupid. I feel like I'm eating a chip. No, these aren't crab claws. They're actually little crabs. Wow, look at that. They're cooked. That's how they're cooked. Yes, cook. Yes, eat all. Okay, there you go. So here he's telling you to eat everything, but I have to show you this anyway. I've never seen this anywhere else. You can actually see its little eyes. Well, that's the tradition here. Mix of all, it's a small world. Mix more, I didn't mix it enough, okay? All that, this so changes the color needs to change. Like this. There, sir tells me that I really need to mix it more, the bibimbap, thank you. More. If you don't mix it, it's not a bibimbap, it's just a bap, it's a bibimbap. Honestly, it's really weird, it's not bad, I'm not saying I would love it. A little spicy sauce, but actually I like it because, I don't know, it's really a good sauce. And I like it here, No. Baby. It's the one sip. It's the baby crab on the top. Baby crab on the top. It's the combination. The combination, yeah, one sip on the top. So like this, it's the one that's on top. Like this, yeah, it's the I'm sorry, oh madam, he's so nice actually. He came to help me eat this bibimbap properly. He actually told me your little crab there, you put it on top, okay? But actually, what I really like is that the sauce isn't too spicy, it tastes good. I don't think it burns, and that's nice because Koreans really like to eat very spicy food. But in all the restaurants I've been to, what I appreciated was that it doesn't burn, thank you. It's true, it's pretty good with the bibimbap. It adds a little crunchy taste actually, and it's funny to mix a little crab with beef. There you go with all those vegetables and everything. And here I feel like we have some kind of little tofu cake, it looks like. Is it tofu? Not too bad. It's the black sesame. There it is, the little one. If you go up, let me. Yeah, it's jelly. Okay, thank you. No, it's not tofu, sir told me. It's a little jelly. There you go, a little Korean jelly. It's not bad since it's in sauce. Honestly, I'm not into jelly, but it's fine. We'll have him try it. I'm going to mix it with my bibimbap. There you go, like this. We'll mix all these flavors together a little bit. The bibimbap is really delicious, you know. It's funny, there's still a bit of yellow jelly in the bibimbap. I thought it was some kind of vegetable, but not at all. It's very tender. See, it really looks like jelly. Yeah, it's jelly-like, but I don't know what it is. Feels good to regain some strength, huh? Because I was really starting to get tired. We're really getting our money's worth, huh? It's true that it might seem expensive, 15,000 won for a bibimbap, knowing that usually the prices are around 7 to 10,000 won. We're really in the most authentic and traditional restaurant in the city, huh? Like I explained to you, especially look at the setting. It's not a little stall, it's not some little street food stand. No, it's a real nice restaurant. Honestly, 10 euros isn't even the price of a McDonald's meal, and you're eating real, authentic, traditional Korean food with all these little side dishes. And when you leave, you're really full. And the advantage of this restaurant is that it's located just 5 minutes on foot from my hostel, so I didn't have to go very far. Yeah, for that, the hostel is great, you know? It's really well located. That means it's within walking distance of all the little places to visit in Jeonju. You have to be careful though when you eat the crab there with the bibimbap. Because I just hurt the roof of my mouth right now, you see. With a claw, it went into my palate. You really have to be careful. But honestly, it's not that enjoyable. The little crab on top isn't bad, but I won't lie to you, it's not my thing. I prefer it with beef instead. I had this thought the other day, in Japan and South Korea. So yes, I'm talking about Japan because I was just there 2 or 3 weeks ago. They have very healthy food. You get a ramen, it's simple, it's egg, meat and noodles. You get the bibimbap. Here in Korea, it's the same, it's super healthy, it's rice, vegetables and meat, or sometimes an egg. You have the vegetarian version, but I noticed this one doesn't have any carrots. But on the other hand, besides that, actually a lot of what they eat is fried, like shrimp. They like to make tempura out of it. Chicken is fried, so Korean chicken is really greasy because it's fried. They love anything that's fried. Paradoxically, it's very strange. That means they have very healthy food, but they also eat quite a lot of fried stuff. Here is very rare to be able to eat chicken that's not breaded, not fried, just plain. That's simply cooked in the oven or in a pan, that's it. And also like some kinds of little beans. Honestly, it's really not bad at all. All the bibimbap I've tasted here in Korea were really delicious. Well, after all, it's really the country's specialty. But whether it was the first one I ate, the vegetarian version, there was no meat, there was nothing at all. There was just an egg, you had to mix it. And the one I had with raw meat was also delicious. With the beef tartare, this one is very good. The one I had in Yosu off camera was also really good and not expensive either. 7,000 won. And then this one, it's very good too, even though, honestly, I have a preference for bibimbap. There's carrot in it, I like it, I think it really adds a nice fresh crunch. The last thing I also wanted to tell you is that, well, as I explained to you several times during these videos, in South Korea, there are a lot of restaurants that close very early here in South Korea, and for example, this one. Yesterday when I was walking around the city, I found a place to have dinner. Well, it was a bit late, it was 10 p.m, but it was already closed. Actually, there are a lot of places that close at 8 p.m, 8:30 p.m, 9 p.m. at the latest, so there you go. Don't get caught out if you think, cool, it's 9 p.m. or 9:30 p.m, I'll go have dinner. Well, no, it's closed. There are a lot of places that close pretty early here in South Korea, so in the end, you end up at GS25. As I left the restaurant next door, I noticed something while thinking about something else. Here in South Korea, in restaurants, it's rare to find typical and traditional Korean desserts on the menu. Out of curiosity, I asked if they had, I don't know, a little Korean dessert to offer me. There weren't any, so usually what's good to do when you leave restaurants if you want a little sweet treat is to find some street food. There are people making Korean waffles or little cakes made with bean paste. That's usually how I do it. I haven't found any Korean desserts on this trip and no one has offered me any. So, well, we're now heading towards the traditional village of Jeonju with its Hanok, those famous traditional Korean houses. So, as you might have guessed, to enjoy my bibimbap, I chose a restaurant that's very well known here in Jeonju. But you don't have to eat it where I ate it, right? There are plenty of restaurants that make really good bibimbap, and sometimes they're cheaper than the one I paid for. Well, this one seems closed, but if you look around, I'm pretty sure this is the city of bibimbap after all. You'll definitely find other delicious restaurants that serve bibimbap, And it's starting to rain again. I'm so bummed. I'm really bummed. When I went out earlier, it was okay. It was cloudy, but it was fine. But now it's starting to rain again. Look, we're in a really beautiful square. So I don't know what the guy is saying, but he's really motivated, huh? To be there all alone with his megaphone. That's dedication. In the cold, in the rain, all that's missing is for him to start a little morning live show at this hour. For those in the know, it's the show that wakes up your neighbors. It's gray out, but it's still very pretty.
They ask if I'm giving a speech about society, but it's South Korea, you know? I'm saying that I'm delivering God's word so that the citizens of Jeonju can grow. We are a people who are loyal to our country and love our neighbors. Korean restaurants don't offer traditional desserts.
It's not a big deal. I always have a plan B. Actually, I was drawn here by this. It said premium cookie sand, and actually the picture really reminded me of the concept I found in Jeonju, but I didn't have time to try it because when I got there it was too late and it said sold out. And I remember there was a sign saying it was made in France or something like that with, you know, cream made in France. Well, I don't really remember, but there was something like that about being made in France, but I didn't have time to try it. And actually, I found a place that, well, I feel like does the same thing as what I saw in Jeonju. So I thought it was the same thing, but in the end, I'm not really sure anymore, to be honest. I mean, the picture of the cookie looked like the one from Jeonju, but in the end, yeah, I'm not really sure. But anyway, so I still bought it. It costs 2,500 won, you know, and it's tiny, that's about €1.70, but it says premium cookie, so let's try it. So how is it? There's cream inside, very good. It has a crunchy texture, and inside I feel like it's kind of a cream filling. You know, like in cheesecakes. It's fresh, nice. I saw it actually, she took it out of the fridge for me. Yeah, it's not bad, but is it worth the 2,500 won? I don't know, maybe because it's homemade. I have no idea. At least we can say we've tried it. I've noticed in South Korea people really like to wear traditional outfits, you know, rent traditional outfits. So they can take nice pictures in front of all the beautiful buildings in South Korea, especially in Seoul. You know, in front of one of the main palaces in the city, where a lot of people play along by wearing traditional outfits so they can take pictures. It's really nice here. We're in a shopping street. You see, with lots of little stalls, it's really nice. So I feel like this is a bit like in Jeonju, huh? You can rent this kind of golf cart. It looks a bit like a golf cart, so you can, you know, tour the city. Well, it's true that when it rains, it might be a bit more pleasant, but honestly, I prefer to walk. Plus, it lets me take my famous digestive walks and burn off some of the food and street food I eat every day. So when we walk 15 kilometers a day, I feel good. It's true that it's really convenient though when you have kids. It's nice to do this as a family. Ouch, here it comes, the food and the street food. That looks good, I want to try it. Actually, I know this, I've already tried it. It's kind of like puffed rice. It's really good. It's caramelized, it's very soft, it's so good. Still, all these little alleys like this with shops and very colorful, it really reminds me of Jeonju. You know, with these traditional houses. That's it. Ah, that's it. Yes. It's really pretty, you know. There are lots of little shopping streets like this. Honestly, it's so beautiful. It's just the weather that's not nice today, unfortunately. That's how it is, it's part of the game, and like I always say, well, we need water to live, the earth needs water. So, we need rain. Wow, there are so many people here, what's happening? On the other hand, Koreans are always ready with umbrellas. Yesterday, I even saw several people on bikes with umbrellas. I promise you it's true. I mean, she was holding the handlebars with one hand and with the other hand, bam, umbrella. It's really impressive. To wear traditional clothes myself too. Yeah, it's rare today. That's nice. I need to get dressed. That's kind. Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't really feel like wearing traditional clothes today. Honestly, maybe it'd be better if the weather were nicer. Yeah, I think so. I think it could have been fun, but not now. With the rain and everything. Plus, it's already a bit late. I don't feel like going back, changing, and so on. These little lockers are funny. What are they? No, they're not lockers actually. You put in a coin and a bowl comes down, I think, with a quote or a saying or a poem or maybe some kind of good luck charm. Is it good luck or bad luck? Is it good or bad luck? It's good luck or bad luck? It's good or bad? It's good, bad, good, bad. We're going to make it. Tomorrow. Okay, these are the days of the week. Today, tomorrow, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7, 7, no, 7. There are only 6 days in Korea, in life. Thank you. I love Koreans, they're really nice. He was trying to explain to me, poor guy, as best as he could in his own words. I also noticed there are many stands like this in Korea. Fortune-telling stands where there are people who read cards. Here, there's art. But I noticed, a few stands like that where people were doing fortune-telling actually. I had also seen some when I was in Hongdae, in Seoul. I had also seen some in Jeonju. I don't really know what it is. Whether it's fortune-telling or something else, I don't know. But what I wanted to say is that Koreans are really nice. They were trying to explain to me in their own words what it meant. 안녕인. 안녕하세요. Yeah, this is the artist's corner here. And so he was telling me, yes, it's for the days of the week. Today, tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Except there were only 6 points. And there are 7 days in the week, so I didn't really get it. Maybe it's like a kind of horoscope to tell you, well, if you had a good week, a bad week, I don't know. If you know, don't hesitate to tell me in the comments, as usual. I always say the comment section is for that. It's nice, you know. Afterward, there are many similarities with Jeonju, not just the large tumuli, the famous royal tombs, those big mounds of earth. I haven't seen any. Not yet. Maybe we'll make a discovery. Anyway, here we are in Korea. It's normal. These are the little alleys with traditional paving stones. It's, this very unique architecture of houses, the famous Hanok. It's very, very beautiful. Look, there's some bibimbap. Those ones over there, they're giant bibimbap. Anyway, it's really beautiful. It's all colorful like that with an egg in the middle. Yum. But well, it's okay. Mine was still pretty filling. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow to try another one, I don't know. It's always like that when you have plans, right? I'd still like to try some other specialties. Anyway, the Hanok village is really, really beautiful, It's really nice to wander around there. Well, except in the rain, You get the idea. I won't repeat myself every time. It's not always pleasant to wander around in the rain and cold, but the village is really, really beautiful. There are lots of little alleys like that. There are so many alleys actually, you see, that you don't even really know where to go in the end. So the best thing is always to just let yourself get lost, On the other hand, I think it's very traditional here. Because yesterday I bought one, in those little P&B bakeries, if I'm not mistaken. Well, like I was saying, P&B, I was just telling you about it a moment ago. It reminds me a little bit, for those of you who followed my adventures in Latin America, right? Wow, that was a while ago now, in 2018 when I was in Argentina. For the first time in my life, I discovered cakes that Argentinians are crazy about. They're called alfajores. These cakes remind me a little bit of Argentinian alfajores. Not easy to say, by the way, alfajores. There are all kinds of little treats like that. I've seen that before. In Hong Kong, they're a kind of grilled marshmallow. And those, the famous coins, well, here they are. That's really one of the most popular street foods here. It's got that sweet and savory mix. Since it's filled with cheese inside, it's really, really good. It's like a kind of waffle stuffed with cheese. These Korean houses are really beautiful, aren't they? Really, the architecture is very, very beautiful. I love it. It's really, my guest house is just over there. Show this shopping street. Plus, the advantage here is that we'll be protected. So, I left the traditional village of Jeonju, the little Hanok village, to show you this shopping alley, which is actually really nice. I discovered it yesterday. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I love Koreans. Like I told you, every day they're really friendly. And I wanted to show you this alley simply because yesterday I passed by here when I was looking for a hotel. So I was checking out a few hotels to find a little motel before ending up at my hostel. And actually I stumbled upon this street by chance, which was really nice. And since it was raining yesterday, I was really glad to be able to take shelter there under that kind of big arch. Well, it's nice. There are lots and lots of shops, lots of restaurants, lots of food, street food. And you also find pretty popular chains like Subway, etc. Subway, the sandwich chain. There's really a lot to do, you know? Well, no. Alright, fake out. We're going to go that way, except now I'm not protected anymore. I tried to pull a fake out, but it backfired on me. There's really a lot to do, huh? The food, the street food in Korea, it's incredible. They look like takoyaki, just like in Osaka. I think that's it, yeah. Yeah, they're takoyaki. Yeah, we're not real connoisseurs, not right now. I think so, yeah, huh? That's it now, with food from Japan and Korea, you can't really roast me anymore, huh? It's good though, the advantage of staying several weeks in a country and seeing different regions is that you really get to discover each region's specialties, and every time I always learn more. And it allows me, actually, when I see this somewhere else, to know what it is. Simply, I can say, yeah, that's takoyaki. I know it's a specialty from Osaka. Last night, while looking for a restaurant, I passed by here too. But all these nice little restaurant spots, well, actually, you have to know that by 9:30 p.m. it's over, you know. It's closed. I remember going in and being told multiple times it was closed. I said, okay. That's what's a bit unfortunate in South Korea. It's that there are a lot of little restaurants that close very early. And if you're a little hungry around 9:30 p.m., well, you end up at GS25 hehehehe. There you go. In Jeonju, there are so many bibimbap restaurants, since it's the specialty, that it's almost hard to make a choice. Because they all look just as good as each other, you see? And then they always put up their little photos with the chefs, etc. To show you that, well, here, it's been an institution since 1979. But we tried the oldest restaurant that offers bibimbap here in Jeonju since 1952. It's a real, true institution, the one we tried, but that doesn't mean, as I said before, that the others are bad. Quite the opposite. So if you're asking where I am, well, I'm wandering around the Nambu market. So we're not very far from the Hanok, you know? Jeonju Hanok village, which is over there, straight ahead. Actually, what's nice here in Jeonju is that all the activities, all the places to see and discover are really not far from each other. and you can easily do everything on foot. I'm enjoying wandering around and trying not to spoil too much for myself since I have another day in Jeonju tomorrow. So I'm leaving myself a few little surprises. And here I saw that there's an open air section with quite a few fruit, vegetable and fish vendors and so on. But there's also a covered section, apparently, with street food. And it really makes me want to try it. These are traditional Korean dumplings that I haven't tried yet, but I'll probably try them tomorrow. On this trip, I intentionally leave some surprises for myself. I know there are things I haven't tried yet, but since I still have time in Korea, I tell myself it's fine. I'll try them soon. Well, as you can see, there are a lot of stalls that are closed, because night is starting to fall. Maybe the rain is why there are fewer people today. I don't really know, honestly, but it's still pretty nice to be in a covered area. It feels good, because walking in the rain all the time isn't the most pleasant thing. Well, this is crazy because I was just walking like this heading back to my hostel. As usual, you know me, the curiosity of a traveler. I saw a really colorful sign like that. I thought, well, I'll go inside out of curiosity to see what they offer. And actually, they have these kinds of little cakes like this, orange or yellow. So, I'm talking with the lady who asked me, are you a traveler? I say yes. And she tells me, actually, these are Korean marshmallows. And she said, I'll give you one. So kind. So, there you go. She gave me one. People in Korea are so nice. She microwaved it for me and now I'll try it. It feels good and warms my freezing hands. Thank you. Also look, the sign is so beautiful, really. Everything's orange, I think it's pretty. Anyway, we're going to try our Korean marshmallow, very kindly offered to us. The orange version is carrot and the yellow version is korum, and korum means corn. It looks good, see? It's not bad. It looks kind of like lasagna, a little bit. You see, there are lots of layers stacked on top of each other. It's not very sweet, but it's pretty easy to eat. Yeah, I can taste a very light flavor, yeah. Definitely corn. It smells good. Honestly, too kind. Plus, it warms you up, it feels good. Okay, I've got it. I know what it reminds me of now. It reminds me of the kind of chips I tried when I was in Jeonju. They actually made chips with this dough. So I recognized it a little by the taste, but what really tipped me off was this. You see these thin orange strips of dough like this? Well, actually, when I was in Jeonju, they put them in oil to fry them and it made little fries, except it was harder to eat. I think this version is better. And it's probably healthier too. I also asked her if I could buy an orange one to try and thank her. She said they only sell them in sets, not individually. By the box? Too bad, I'm not buying 6, maybe 16, 17 or however many. But anyway, really nice. It's really good. But seriously, the lady at this store, she's really kind. I mean, when I was leaving, she gave me 2 more. I felt embarrassed. I told her, no, that's kind, thank you. She said, yes, take them, it makes me happy. Really nice, That's it. So as a result, well, I get 2 more. Actually, when I explained to her that I wanted to buy a single one, an orange one, she told me they were sold out. They had already sold everything. So, as a result, well, there you go. She brought these out for me. She said, it's a gift, it's for you, a present. So kind. Really, really kind. Plus, it's perfect timing. I was a little hungry. It happened at the perfect time. If you didn't see the lady, it's because she didn't want to be filmed. So out of respect, I didn't point the camera at her. Now you know everything. Everything. You'll know everything about the Willy, the real one, the fake one, the small one, the big one, little Cho Joffrey, Big Paul. Thank you. But this day is unbelievable. Everyone is giving me everything. Everything, thank you. But seriously, people are so nice in South Korea. I went back to the PNB because I wanted to buy, just out of curiosity, a little chocolate pastry. Chocolatine, I don't know what you call it. Feel free to tell me in the comments. Pain au chocolat, chocolatine. Well, actually, there aren't any left. It's sold out. And so, the lady, so nice, who was just there reading, I politely asked her if there were any chocolate pastries left. She told me no, we sold them all. She told me, hey, if you want, we have sweet potato cakes. She offered it to me and insisted, saying, take it, it's on me. I thanked her, but she kept encouraging me to accept. She's so kind, really. Everyone wants to give me everything today. Hamza Amida.
Yes, 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 thank you. Yes, 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 thank you. Yes, 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 thank you.
Yeah, I'm French. That's why I wanted to try the croissant of Korea. Paris. Which city do you live in? Paris? I'm Paris. You are Paris.
Paris, yes, 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 you are lucky.
You know Paris. Have you been to Paris? Yes, many times. Many times. I am. What croissant? Is the croissant better in Paris or in Korea? Croissant. 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 Is it better in Paris or Korea? Paris is very nice. I've been to. Aze. Yes, yes, yes. Aze village is close to Nice, south of France. Nice, sir. Yes.
We arrived there. Sainte-Foy-Bellety. Where?
Sainte-Foy-Bellety? Yeah, Arvignon. Arvignon.
Sainte-Foy-Bellety, yeah.
Arvignon Bridge. Pileti.
I just went to the wrong floor. Actually, instead of going to the second floor to get to my hostel, I ended up on the third. But look at what I stumbled upon by chance, some kind of art gallery where there are young people drawing a lot of really cool things. It's super beautiful, wow. In general, I noticed that Koreans are really very friendly and very sociable. They love to ask you where you're from and so on. I've already told you several times, at least once a day, someone asks me where I'm from. But today, to top it all off, I can say that the people of Jeonju are really very nice. So we're going to try this sweet potato pastry, which looks like a sweet potato on the outside, but it actually seems more like a sweet potato mochi. There you go. Kindly offered by this lady who told me she's visited France several times, especially the beautiful village of Ez near Nice, which I visited in 2020 and 2021. I did a short series in France, which I recommend you check out. We visited lots of really nice places in France. For those who say to me, but Ben, you always travel abroad, that's not true. I did 2 series in France where I showed lots of places where, come on, the clan vibe, That's good, not bad at all. I was going to get a pain au chocolat, but ended up making another discovery. It actually has a nice sweet potato flavor. The texture is a bit, elastic, but inside it's a sweet potato paste. So good. Well, that's it. We're going to end on a high note with the kindness and hospitality of our Korean friends. I hope you had a good time with me. I had a good day, and the city of Jeonju is really beautiful. Honestly, you can easily do it all in one day, because all the points of interest are really close to each other. But since it's raining, it's cold, and it gets dark pretty early, I didn't overdo it today. I avoided doing too much. That way, tomorrow, I hope it won't rain, and we can do some proper exploring and finish what we started. So thank you so much for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did. And I'll see you tomorrow, live from South Korea. Take good care of yourselves and don't forget to travel. But never forget one thing. When nothing is planned, anything can happen. It feels good.